Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel Tokki Plays. I hope you're doing amazing. Today we are going to be finishing up the Sunken museum build that I started on one of my recent streams. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Here's a sneak peek on how it was looking like on the map, and I absolutely loved it, but I knew we still had some work to do. So this is how far we came on stream, and literally just for this, even though it was super unfinished still, literally took me 2 hours 40 minutes, believe it or not. And everything that you're seeing starting from this terraforming here is what I just did by myself to finish up this area. And that took me another 2 hours, so in total this build took me around 5 hours, which is probably the longest time I've ever spent on doing a build. Was it worth it? Honestly at this point I don't even know anymore. I guess that's up for you to judge. I do have to admit that I really like how this area came out in the end. However, let me tell you, these cliffs and the waterscaping, I was at a point where I was ready to throw my Switch against the wall just because I couldn't figure out how to get these waterfalls to work. I had no idea that Animal Crossing could get me this frustrated at one point. I managed to figure it out in the end, as you can see here, but the way until we got there, it was long and painful. And by the way, speaking of painful, this video, normally when I record my videos, I always record in the morning or afternoon, just when I still have energy left, you know. But for this video, I somehow thought it would be a great idea, not me being lazy and not recording it in the morning, to just record it at the evening. I was like, you know what, why not? Let's just give it a try. So I was recording the first part of it until like 11:30 on one day. And then the next part I recorded on the next day, which is today. And today is the day before the video is supposed to go up. So I'm a little bit on a tight schedule, y'all, but we are gonna make it work out. It is okay. I can do this. And don't you worry, my boo, this is the last thing I'm gonna say about this. And then I'm gonna talk a little bit about the build you're seeing here. For my voiceovers, usually I strictly record them only in the morning, because in the morning my voice is still fresh, energetic, positive, you know. And towards the evening, my last 2 brain cells are slowly saying goodbye. But not for this video. This video is special. It is almost 10 p.m. and yet here we are. Welcome to my world. I usually wouldn't do this, but I have plans with my family for tomorrow, so I just figured today I'm gonna grind, I'm gonna finish this video so you all can get some inspo for your own museum, I hope. So a little bit about the build now. As you were probably able to see in the beginning, in front of my museum I have this walkway with the 2 pergolas. For this walkthrough kind of thing, I did take inspiration from Pinterest and from Cozy Kyle to be exact. I am not sure if he is the one that originally came up with this idea, but I will link his Twitter in the description box. And speaking of description box, if you like any of the codes that I used in today's build, you'll also be able to find them there. When I started working on this, I just had a rough idea in my mind. I wasn't 100% set on what I was gonna do with it. I just knew that I really wanted to do a sunken museum because I think they're really cool and just give the museum a special little place. Other than that, I, of course, as always, just wanted to include my island colors, which are pink and purple. I tried to have pink and purple accents all over my island. So I of course had to do the same thing for the museum, and I think it turned out lovely. What I did notice though is that the museum turned out looking a lot more natural than I initially thought for some reason. When I first envisioned the museum area, I just thought of something more fancy schmancy, but I guess my personal style just kind of pulled through, which I'm not mad about though. I really like how it came out in the end. One thing you may have noticed while watching this video so far, whenever I work on a build, I'm just all over the place, and I apologize for that, I really do, but I can't help it. For some reason, I just can't stay in one area, finish that one, and then move on to the next one. My brain just doesn't work like that. I'm like, okay, let's do this, and then let's do this, and oh, down there I see something, let's work on that first. Me working on this build, I know still super messy, but hey, I try to at least focus on finishing one area first and then moving on to the others. So I did the cliff in the top left side first, then did some pathing in the front, and now we're on the second cliff, which is on the right. So I hope that this time is less confusing than usual. I really do. There is one last big point that I wanted to talk about. With this island, we are slowly but steadily finally making some progress. I feel like this museum build was huge and it actually turned out way bigger than I initially was planning. So it ended up taking up a lot more space on the map that I was hoping for, and for now I don't really know how to feel about that. Maybe this is gonna be a problem later on, we will see that. I definitely do have plans on what I want my island to look like in the future, but I can say for now we still have a lot of work to do. I do have a flower field neighborhood already, but I kind of want to have an actual flower field somewhere on my island. For the rest of the neighborhood that I haven't worked on yet, which is the biggest part of the neighborhood by the way, I want every single house to be surrounded by water, and I think that is gonna look absolutely stunning. I just also really want to add some more teeny tiny flower shops, plant shops, a little garden area, or maybe a little reading nook where Daisy and Molly can hang out. So as you can probably tell, we still have a lot cut out for us, but we are gonna make it work, and I cannot wait for this island to come together more and more. The thing is, as much as I love this island, I would love to have a second one where I could just be doing a completely different theme from this one. For my next island, in the beginning, I thought I either wanted to do a kidcore island or maybe an island that kind of represents Korea. However, these days I do have a different theme in my mind that I would love to try out. But for now, we should really just focus on finishing up this island. Anyway, we are close to finishing this build, so I hope you enjoyed it and I hope I could give you some inspiration for your own island. With that being said, here is a little montage of the final build. I hope you enjoy it just as much as I do. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, it would be lovely if you could check out my other videos as well. Have a great day or a night wherever you are, and see you in the next one. Bye!